Okay, so as mentioned in the previous video about presidential assassinations, there has been a number of videos circulating the net for a while now, purporting to show the similarities between Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy and some of the circumstances around their assassinations. Um, I don't know when these started to be noticed, but they have been around for a few years now, and there's a number of different videos reporting them. So without further ado, I'm going to lay out some of the similarities that there are. So, Abraham Lincoln was elected in 1860. John F. Kennedy was elected in 1960. They both had their inauguration in January the following year. Abraham Lincoln was assassinated by a Southerner. John F. Kennedy was assassinated by a Southerner, if you believe that B. Harvey Oswald was the sole um, killer. Um, Abraham Lincoln had a secretary known as Miss Kennedy. John F. Kennedy had a secretary known as Miss Lincoln. They were both succeeded by presidents called Johnson, Andrew Johnson and Lyndon Johnson, both of whom were Southerners. Lyndon Johnson was born in 1908. Andrew Johnson was born in 1808. What other coincidences were there? When Lincoln was assassinated, he was in Ford Theatre. Kennedy was in a Lincoln automobile made by Ford. Um, so I think those are the main sort of similarities that are often pointed out. And there's no question about it, there is a lot there. There is a lot there, and it definitely is quite an uncanny situation. There are some small differences. Lincoln was assassinated in his second term, Kennedy within his first term. Lincoln was 56 when he died, Kennedy was 46. So there's a few things that one video, by the way, has that Lincoln visited Monroe, Maryland, a month before his assassination. And Kennedy was with Marilyn Monroe a week before his assassination. Well, that's not true, because Marilyn Monroe, of course, died in August '62. So I think sometimes when these things circulate around, people want to find other matchups that really are irrelevant or downright misleading. Nevertheless, that is quite strange. There is a lot of coincidences there. There is differences though. Um, Kennedy was from Massachusetts. Lincoln was from Illinois. Lincoln was a Republican. Kennedy was a Democrat. So there were some differences, and they were also killed in different cities. Kennedy in Dallas, Lincoln in Washington, D.C. So there are differences as well, and you could probably find far more differences than similarities. Nevertheless, those are quite strange. Um, Also, another thing, both men had had previous attempted assassinations. Kennedy in 60 and Lincoln, I believe, in 1861. So let me know what you think. Is it purely coincidence or is there something uncanny, supernatural in that? One thing that would rule out anything supernatural is the fact that nothing ties into the Garfield and McKinley assassinations, so you can't link them with the other two assassinations. Nevertheless, it is interesting, and certainly I concede that there is a lot of coincidences there. So let me know your thoughts. Coincidence or just something, or something more than that?